welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about my experience getting lip fillers for the first time, and I kind of wanted to share my experience and talk about the things that you should know before getting lip fillers, because personally right before I was about to get my lip fillers, I literally watched every YouTube video like about lip fillers. They were like super helpful, and I thought that making this video might be helpful for those who want to get lip fillers and just want to know more about it. So yeah, let's get started. So first, let's rewind and go back to last week and watch the whole process, and then at the end of the video I do want to talk about some tips and some things that you should know before getting your lip fillers. So yeah, let's jump right in. Okay, so I'm like a minute away, but I was thinking on the way here that the reason why I'm scared right now is not even because, okay, it's partly because it's gonna be painful, but also because I lived my whole life with thin lips, so I don't know if thick lips will look good on me. I'm too curious for my own good. I feel like I'm so curious. I need to try everything that I want to try, even if it's gonna be a fail, because I'm so curious. But I think I just got here. Let me just find parking. So when I got to the clinic, they put on some topical numbing cream, which immediately numbed my lips. My nurse also went in with numbing injections to further numb my lips, and then she started mapping out some points on my lips to guide her injecting process. And just as a caution, feel free to skip ahead if you're afraid of needles. So for the actual injections, she started with my bottom lips, and at this point I didn't feel anything because the numbing injections were very strong. I just could feel like her pinch me and just like the needle go in, but it was nothing painful, so I definitely think the numbing injections helped. And as you can see, my eyes are pretty teary because honestly I was pretty scared even though it didn't hurt, and I probably cried when I did the numbing injection. I did want my bottom lips to have more volume than my top lips, so I think that's why she went with my bottom lips first. Well, I believe my nurse specializes in the Russian lip technique, which is a bit more advanced than your normal fillers, and it also requires more needles. So I don't know exactly how many needles she poked in my lips, but she did say it was around 20 to 30, so it was a lot of needles, but I didn't get to film everything because my arms were tired. And I was afraid that they would turn out too big, but she let me check the size and the shape of my lips as she went, and she listened to any input that I had and just did some adjustments at the end. And after all the injections, she went in and massaged my lips to make sure that the fillers were distributed evenly, and it was basically over after that, and the procedure was very short, so it was around 30 minutes total since I got there. So my lips are big now. So this is the day of. I got some ice. I'm just gonna try to ice my lips. She said that I should put like a paper towel over it so that it's not directly cold. So let's try that. Ugh, feels weird. It kind of started throbbing once the numbing came off, and it's kind of hard to eat and hard to move my lips and hard to talk and hard to do anything. It's the evening of day 2. As you can see, there's a lot of like bruising, but it was kind of like hard to eat still, and it's hard to really move my lips because in some movements it hurts. My lips basically look the same as yesterday. There's bruising and it's very, very swollen, but the only difference I see today is that it's a little easier for me to move my lips, and it's a little easier to eat. I can like kind of like, I have work tomorrow and I have a bunch of meetings that I have to have on video call, so I really hope it gets better. My manager is just gonna be like, what happened to your face? And I'll be like, I got lip fillers. I have some meetings, so I try to cover up the bruising with some like lip tints. So yeah, it's a lot easier to move, but it's still very swollen. I hope it goes down because this is a little bit big for my liking. Swelling went down a little bit, but bruising is still there. This looks like it's gonna take quite a while for it to go away, so for the time being I'm just gonna go over it with some lip tints and just cover that up. So today is officially the 8th day. As you can see, the bruise is still there. I do feel like the bruise is gonna take a while to go away, but I feel like the swelling and everything looks good. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell because it's not like super like intense. I did ask the nurse to make it as natural as possible, so this is the size. So let's start off with the cost first. So I believe that lip fillers do range somewhere from like $500 to $800, and on average it's around like $600. But I found this nurse on Instagram and she had like really like cute lips that she was doing, so I really wanted to book with her. So I followed her on Instagram, and like a few weeks later she posted on her Instagram saying that her clinic is having like a sale. So I booked the reservation in September. For my case, I paid $350 for a full syringe, and I only used 0.8 of it. Definitely depends on where you go, what kind of city you're in, and what kind of lip filler you want to use. My nurse did say that there's two kinds that she uses. She uses just Juvederm Ultra and Juvederm Ultra Plus. So she did say the Ultra one is supposed to give you a more natural plump look, and the Ultra Plus is supposed to give more volume. So if you're a type of person who already has big lips and you want like that oomph volume, then I would say you should use the Ultra Plus. But do keep in mind, the Ultra Plus you do have to pay around $200 more. But in my case, I just want to keep it natural, so I went with the Juvederm Ultra, so that was only $350. So the biggest question that I had before getting lip fillers was how bad the pain was. Personally, I'm not afraid of needles, but I have a very low pain tolerance. All the videos that I've watched, everyone said they got just a topical numbing cream where you just like put the cream over your lips and it numbs itself. So that's what I was expecting. But the clinic that I went to, the nurse was like, oh yeah, we do like a topical numbing cream, but we also do numbing injections, and those are so painful. So I wasn't expecting that. That's why I got so anxious. But the scarier part was that the injections hurt so bad. So she did like 4 needles, like on the bottom and 4 on the top, and they were like literally so painful. Like I was crying. It was so embarrassing, but I was like shaking and I was literally crying. Yeah, but it paid off because of the numbing injections. I didn't feel any of the other needles. Other than that, it didn't hurt at all. If I had to rate the pain level from out of a 10 for the injections, for the numbing injections, definitely 8 out of 10. It was super scary and it was super painful, but everything else was fine. Something that I feel like people should know is that when you get something done on your face, like especially getting like lip fillers and stuff, you can't expect the result to show like the next day. You really do have to give it a full week to see the final result, and you can't expect your face to like adjust to a foreign material like right away. So I would say, like, if you want to get lip fillers, just be prepared to like look kind of like scary for a while because your body has to get adjusted to that. But thank God we're wearing masks outside, like I didn't have to show it to everyone, I could just wear a mask. So I would say right now is a good time to get lip fillers because you can wear masks around. Also, another thing to keep in mind is that at the clinic, when they inject you, your lips are going to be very swollen, right? But as time goes by and the healing process goes by, your lips are gonna go down, like the swelling wise. So something that my nurse recommended was to put in a little bit more filler than you want your final result to be, because she said like the swelling and everything is gonna go down a lot. So that's what I did, and I'm really glad I listened to her, because even right now this is kind of like getting very small, so I can't imagine what it would have been like if I just like put like a little bit. And something else that I wanted to say is that before getting anything done to your face, this can be like even like getting your eyebrows done or like eyelash extensions or like getting lip fillers, you should like research and know what you want, because the nurses and like the doctors that you go to, they won't know exactly like what you want, and they're just gonna do what they think you want, and that's not what you want. Because at the end of the day, it is your face, and you know your face the best, you know, like you see it every day and you know what's wrong and like what you want to fix. But like the nurses might not know that, so you do have to be very strong on your opinion as to like, you need to know what you want, right, to ask them. Because if you just go in saying like, oh, just like do what you think will look good, most of the times it won't look good because they don't know your face that well. Like, you don't want to like pay so much money and not get the result that you want. So it is your responsibility to know what you want and to voice your opinions to your nurse. I did a lot of research, I watched a lot of YouTube videos, I like tried to like study the shape of my lips and figure out like what exactly I want. And there's just a lot of variables that you need to know before going in. I'm not saying that like you should know everything, but you should have like a gist of what you want, you know. Like if you don't know what you want exactly, at least prepare some pictures for the nurse, and then she'll have like a better idea of what you want. So I'm very happy overall. I do feel like putting on lip products is a lot more fun. Let's try this on. This is the Tower 28 gloss in Cashew. This color is so pretty. It's kind of like a taupey rose. Definitely my shade. Only downside, it stinks. Ugh. But yeah, I just love that I can put on the products and actually have it show. I really like the way it looks when I take pictures. It definitely gives me like plump lips. Great. I would definitely recommend it if you are like contemplating whether or not you should get lip fillers. I definitely recommend it. I personally had a very good experience. Especially nowadays, you can wear masks to cover up the healing time. So that wraps up everything that I wanted to talk about, and I hope it was interesting just to see like the behind process of getting lip fillers, because most times we just see the result and we see like the pretty sides of everything. But I hope this was like very realistic, and thanks for watching, and see you guys in my next video. Bye.